Welcome back to Triumphant TV. I get the distinct pleasure today to speak to Yonkers' own District 1 Councilwoman. Um, Listen, let me tell you, I don't think you know how I came in contact with you. Came to an open mic at the Yonkers arts thing. You and your host were killing it. You were doing your
Oh,
thing. My son's art was being on
just
display there as well. So that's
okay.
why I stopped by, spoke to the curator of the event. He's like, "Listen, I see you write poetry books. Won't you come by, see how it looks?" Um, so great vibe. Saw a lot of people I knew. Watched your energy. When I found out you were a councilwoman, I was like, I need to talk to her. I need to talk to her.
Well, I am happy
So
that you did, and I'm very happy to be a guest on your show. I love the title. Triumphant is fabulous.
thank you. Greatly appreciate that. Just to give you a little history how it came about. I was in the Bronx coming up Boston Road, White Plains Road, and I was looking at the environment coming up, and I was like, "Where's our story? Where's somebody talking about the triumphant things that we do?" The news stations come
Mhm.
in and they show the degradation, they show the crime, they show the
Yep,
downtrodden, but they don't show us doing what we do. They don't show us on the upside, right? They show that little
you're
small
absolutely
members of our
correct.
community. So Triumphant magazine came to mind at first. Um, Me and procrastination wrestled for a while, so a few years went by. So now we're here with Triumphant TV as a YouTube channel, and we're doing our thing here. We're absolutely doing our thing. I,
I
I
love that.
promise to bring the innovative people of our community. I'm in Mount Vernon, you're in Yonkers. I don't care where you're from, as long as you're doing
Sister
something positive.
neighborhoods.
Right, exactly. Sister neighborhoods. So introduce yourself really quickly, and I'm gonna ask you
Sure.
some shoot fire questions after that, and then we're gonna pop this off.
Sure thing, sure thing. So, like Tony said, my name is Deana Norman. I am a council person for the first district right here in the city of Yonkers. This is my third year in office. I'll be running for reelection next year for another 4-year term, God willing. I love what I do. I love people. I'm 37 years old. I'll be 38 in September. I am a married mom. I have two boys of my own and one stepson. I love music. I love the Lord. I'm born again, saved believer. What else? I love what I do. I love helping people. I love treating people like people and trying to just make progress, make change, and do it with integrity, do it with love, and with grace.
Amen. Amen. Well, we all serve the same one, so we're good
Look,
there.
that's the goal
We're
to get
connected there,
everybody on
sister.
the same page.
We're connected there. So I got some shoot fire questions for you real quick.
Sure.
And it's going to take a little bit of your memory. Got to go back to some happy places.
Let's
Uh,
go.
I need first thoughts. When you first had both boys, what were your first
Um,
happy thoughts when you had
wow, they're handsome.
them?
And probably two was I'm hungry.
Nice, nice,
I'm a
nice.
foodie
Re-
girl. So it was wow, like thank you God, they're healthy and they're handsome. And when can I eat?
Nice. Okay, okay. When you finally realized that you were in love with your husband, what moment was that? What happened? Was it an instant thing? Was it just one thing that you were sitting down and you was like, "Oh,
That
damn, I love this man."
that is so funny. So this is my second marriage.
Okay,
I got married 2 days after I turned 21.
okay.
I was with that gentleman for probably 17 years.
Wow.
I filed for divorce in 2022. I met my now husband a year later,
Okay.
and we got married 2 years after dating. Um,
Nice.
when I first met him, I would things progressed pretty quickly. As far as trust was concerned, comfortability. When the night that I met him, I actually didn't want to stop talking to him. I didn't want to leave.
Nice.
And that was a strange feeling because, like to feel those butterflies all over or to be so
Right,
comfortable with
right,
somebody to
right,
feel
right,
like, I feel like I've known you forever.
right.
It was giving that kind of vibe. So I
Okay,
fell in love pretty soon, but I knew there was a connection because I literally didn't want the night to end.
nice. So we can almost assume love at first sight,
Something
or,
like that.
or first or first conversation.
Yes, something like that. Very strong. Very
All right,
strong.
great.
And you know what? And that's why I'm
Um,
like, you know what? This had to be a God thing. Oh, what is going on? There we go.
right.
I'm like, this had to be a God thing. And I know it now that it was, but in the
Okay.
moment, I was kind of confused and kind of like, what is this?
Right. Right. Absolutely. Last Spitfire question. First thoughts when you were sworn in as a councilwoman of your district.
Holy crap. This is real. Um, and really, God, this was you. To God be the glory, because
Right.
everything made sense, but nothing made sense at the same time. Like
Right. Right.
I was a legislative aide to the former council person for 6 years. And when she decided to
Okay.
run for higher office, Shanae Williams, when she decided to run for county legislator, I decided to run for the open seat. I did not graduate college. I have 53 tattoos, long lashes, blonde hair, and face piercings. There are not a lot of
Right.
politicians in these good United States that look like me. So I was a little
Right.
nerve wracked. I'm a mom. At this point, I'm a single mom of two boys.
Okay.
And it was just like, Lord, if this is you, I will obey, but you're gonna have to
Okay.
make a way because I'm not sure how I'm gonna be received. And at the same time, it made sense because I have been doing the work with the former councilwoman for the last 6 years. So in that sense, it
Right.
was like, okay, you know the business, you know the players, you know the protocols, cool. Um, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, Lord, there's going to have to be an attitude change. There's going to have to be, everything because now
Right.
I'm not behind the scenes. I'm at the
Right.
forefront.
Right.
So I was like, I'm the face. Like, what is that's
What's
crazy to
that
me.
look like?
So
Right.
yeah, and it was like, God, like now my family's at the forefront, and how am I going to handle situations when you're talking about me, my loved ones? Like, it's okay if you talk about me, I'm a big girl, but when you talk about people I care about, you might get a different beast, a different side. And I'm like, God, you're going to have
Right.
to do a new work in me because I'm not sure if I'm prepared. And those were all the
Right.
things. So when I was getting sworn in, I was just like, wow. Wow,
Okay.
God, like you did it.
Makes
You,
sense.
not that I doubted you,
Nice.
but this was you. You did this. And I wanted to
Right.
make sure he
Right.
got the
Right.
glory for doing this because on paper, it just didn't make sense.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Welcome to Triumphant TV, the space where we do the inner work out loud. This is not information. This is not motivational fluff. This
Mm-mm.
is real life healing, faith, discipline, and real life. It doesn't matter what triumphant means. It means that when you get hit, you get back up with intention. So, whatever you're watching from right now, I want you to breathe, relax, breathe, release your shoulders, lock in. Each episode is designed to inform, inspire, transform the language that you're trying to learn to live through life with. So, like, subscribe, and share, and let's get to it.
Yes.
All right, Triumphant TV, we are back with the sensational, the incredible Miss Norman,
Yes. Yeah.
Councilwoman of District 1 in Yonkers. Your camera went off again, but we're going to
I'm
keep
back.
talking until you work that out. All right, cool beans. Listen, let's talk about the tattoos and stuff, right?
Oh
Let's
yeah.
talk about how that absolutely has to be some type of God work, because you're not
Um,
the you're not representing the middle of the Midwest, right?
no.
You're showing something people are not used to.
Right.
If you walked into some mega churches, they might put their nose up to you before they
Yep.
recognize that you are a child of the Most High. So let's talk about
Yep.
that. Let's talk about how you came that part, because that's pretty
So
important as
funny,
well.
funny thing. I am a kingdom girl. I told you I am a born again believer. Jesus is the head of my life. I am
Nice.
also a both my parents are pastors, so I don't know
Woo.
anything but church.
Okay. Okay.
I again, like I said, I grew up in a saved household, so tattoos were not permitted. Were not permitted, and I got my first tattoo when I was 16 years old without my parents' permission.
Wow.
Saved up. I was working since I was 14, but so I had a job. So I saved up, got my first tattoo. Parents were pretty darn mad. I think I was on punishment for a good 2 weeks. I had like a stern conversation, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Second tattoo, my mom smacked me into the next life. Like I had whiplash. Like remember The Exorcist, how the head spun? That's what
Right.
it was
Right.
giving.
Right. Right.
So it was kind of
Okay.
like I told you once, you did it again. And yeah,
Right.
she wasn't playing with me after that. After I turned 18, I was like, okay, I'm old enough, I can get it myself. And I kind of went crazy. So the rebel began there, the rebellion of tattoos. But I am an artsy girl. I sing,
Right.
I write music, I write poetry, I write songs. I love art.
Okay.
So I felt like my body, my template.
Right. 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 Right.
And I'm still very much that way. I'm going to get some tattoos in Bali in August.
Oh wow.
I have three siblings, two sisters and one brother, and we are all tatted. We are all believers. We love the Lord, but we also love our tattoos.
Okay.
And again, you're not going to hell for a tattoo. Let's make that clear. You go to hell for unbelief. You can't keep sinning and sinning and thinking you're going to abuse God's grace. But
Right.
tattoos, you're
Right.
not
Right.
going
Right.
to
Right. Right.
hell.
Right.
Let's be clear, mega churches, little churches, Baptist churches, non-denomination. I'm going to
Right.
be a firm believer and let
Okay.
you know you can still reach the pearly gates with artwork.
Amen. So I'll just say this for those who want to push back with her with whatever scripture you're going to come out with, because she's a firm believer in our Lord and Savior. She said it in the opening. She said it every. He will ensure that she has made the necessary transition if that's a
Yeah,
problem. And once her heart is right with him and they're connected,
he
tattoos and
got
all
me.
will be in heaven.
This
He got
body's
you.
gonna stay here anyway, dust to
Right,
dust.
right,
So
exactly. So let's talk about your political walk, right?
yes,
How did you get involved with your with your I'm gonna say mentor?
yeah.
How did you get involved with her? How did you start working with her
Oh,
first before you moved over to this lane?
so my dad is a Yonkers boy, and he has always been involved with community, always been involved in politics since I could remember. He's a
Okay,
Marine, and he is also the director of veteran services right here in the city of Yonkers.
nice.
But prior to that, my dad has always been involved in community. Local, he is a pastor. He's worked side by side with other local churches and pastors. He's always had a great relationship, from what I can remember, with the past three mayors,
Okay,
um, Senator Cousins, all of the city council members that represented our district. He's always had a good relationship with, and I've known that growing up. He also sat on the Human Rights Commission. So, like I said, very heavily involved in politics and community here in Yonkers and in Mount Vernon's, actually. So he was always at a meeting, always at a prayer walk, always on a board, always, involved. So I had worked in corporate sales pretty much since I was 18 years old. First starting with T-Mobile, I
okay,
did corporate sales for T-Mobile, and then I did corporate sales for Equinox. And I was just getting tired of the sales because sales, some months are good, some months are not. Being a parent, having to provide
Right.
for
Right.
two kids, it's like you get tired of the roller coaster. And I wanted something like, salary based, just
Right.
regular, steady. So I quit the sales jobs and I was just praying, like, Lord, figure it out for me. 2017. 2018, I started working as the legislative aide for Councilwoman at the time, Shanae Williams.
Okay.
And that was because my dad actually knew her. She worked in the mayor's office
Okay.
before
Right.
she was appointed as the city council member. So she was appointed because
Okay.
the council person before that left to run for another position and it was open. So the mayor appointed her to do the job and she was looking for assistance and she was in good relationship with my dad. She told my dad she would interview me. Again, another God thing, had
Nice.
to be ordained by him because even though my dad kind of threw the alley oop, like, hey, give her a chance, interview her. I think she might have interviewed 3 or 4 other people. And again, these people had degrees.
Right.
Let's just be real. These people had degrees, college degrees, and single, no kids. Me, I'm coming with just a high school, some college education. I dropped out in my 3rd year. And I had some college education, but I did not have my degree. And I have 2 small children, 2 small boys at the
Okay.
time. And it just was like, out of all the people you interviewed, you take the one with the no degree in the baggage. Like, this is God because it, again,
Right.
doesn't
Right.
make sense.
Right. Right.
You
Okay.
have qualified candidates, but you went with
Okay.
me.
Right.
And I believe that was a God ordained thing because clearly here I am now, years later, actually doing the job myself. So all glory be to him for that.
And
So
you've been
me and
nominated.
Shanae,
And, you,
say that again.
and you've held this position for 3 terms.
3 years. This is my 3rd year in my first term. I'll be
Right.
running for my second 4-year term
Okay.
in
Okay.
next year.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Next year. But like I
Nice.
said,
Nice.
prior to
You'll get it.
this,
You'll get it.
I look, if it's in his will, because if he don't want me there, I don't want to be there. But if this is what he has for
Right.
me,
Right.
I'm
Right.
here,
Right.
I'm
Right.
present, and I'm ready to do the work. Um, but yes,
Okay.
so Shanae is amazing. She's actually one of my closest friends still to this day. She taught me a lot
Nice.
as an aide, and her teaching me so much as an aide, along with my own work ethic and her guidance, and it just made me into the politician I am today, or I should say public servant that I am today, along with my own character and my own upbringing. But she did teach me a lot when it came to the political arena.
All right. Good. What if, because your assistant is dope. What
Yeah,
if
she is.
your assistant decides to go elsewhere? What would the young ladies or young men listening right now need to have in their repertoire if they came to sit down to interview for that position?
So funny thing is the assistant that you met is actually my second assistant. I
Oh wow.
had
Okay.
already trained my assistant Angie for when I first started in 2018. I mean
Okay.
not 2018, in 2024. I had trained her and she was working with me for well over a year. And she was actually in school for what was it, criminal justice, I believe it was criminal justice, but she got offered a position in the field that she was graduating from. And
Nice.
I'm not in the business of holding people
Hey,
back. When doors open, listen, go for it. This is the
run,
field you want to be in,
run.
do it. So exactly,
Right.
so I actually was panicking inside. I let her go. I don't want to hold her because I know you have aspirations elsewhere. But inside, I
Right.
was literally panicking because now I have to get a new
Okay.
person trained because this job really
Right.
is nothing to play with. There's always something going on. There's always work to be done. There's events, representation matters. So I'm just literally having a mini breakdown and meltdown inside about who am I
Okay.
going to hire. And I didn't want to put out a big post. I really didn't want to have a million people interview and from
Right.
because I'm from here, I know everybody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And I didn't want to be like, hey, I can't hire your sister's cousin's, baby friend. I didn't want to go
Right.
down that
Right.
road.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
I just prayed on it, and my parents prayed with me, and they're like, the right person is gonna come. Funny enough, I think I put up, if I remember correctly, I put up a post on Facebook that said that there was some type of administrative position available. I wanted them to be Spanish speaking. I don't remember if I said it was for me, or it kind of went down like oh, this is, something's open.
Right. Right. Right.
Um,
Right. Stop putting it.
kind of thing. Yeah, like I think I was just trying to be like sly about it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sister Robin, who attends Reverend Hassel's church, Kingdom, also in my district, ended up
Okay.
tagging my now assistant, Beatrice, and tagging
Okay.
her on Facebook. And it was so, I didn't see it right away. And I think I saw it the next day. And I looked at the profile, or maybe I saw it in the evening, but I looked at her profile and I saw the red hair and I saw the tattoos all over. And immediately she's covered in tattoos as well. So immediately the light
Right.
bulb was like, so I was like,
Kindred spirit.
right. So I was like, okay, this could be a sister girl. This could be a sister girl. And I was like, all right, Deanna, let me get out the profile. I said a prayer. I said, you know what, Lord? Okay, cool. And meanwhile, my dad is sending me a few people, Spanish speaking, all this, because my district is, predominantly minority.
Right. Right.
And my last assistant was Dominican, so she did speak Spanish
Okay.
fluently, which was very helpful. So I was like, oh, you know what? Do that. So my dad sent me two young ladies who were Spanish speaking, and I spoke with them, and they were great. But I just wasn't feeling that oomph that I
Right.
or that
Right.
spark
Right.
and spunk that I know is needed for this
Okay.
type of position. So I said, okay. Maybe 2, 3 days later, I write Beatrice on Facebook. I'm looking at her profile again. I'm like, do you mind sending me, your phone number so I can reach out? And we spoke, and I saw she had a young daughter, um,
Right.
single mom. So I'm like, you know what? I need to basically pay it forward. And the same
There you
grace
go.
that
There you
God
go.
gave me when I needed it,
Right.
I'm
Right.
going to do the same thing. So she has
There you
never worked
go.
in the political arena, knew nothing about it. I trained her from scratch, and thankfully, a few of the other aides that were here and were very helpful as well. But
Okay.
she is a great girl. She's a great mom, a kindred spirit. Like I said, with the tattoos,
Nice.
she's funny, she's
Nice.
spunky, she's great with people, and I like a little girl with a little spice. So I'm in the
Yep.
forefront now. So I can't turn the heat up in certain situations like I would like
Right.
to,
Right.
but I got
Right.
somebody who's spicy enough behind me who can handle it when I walk away.
So you got the Keenan Pill representative.
Correct. Correct.
Nice. 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 Listen, let's talk about what it was like to walk the assistant role, right?
Oh,
What was
yeah.
that like? What did you learn to make you want to transition to actually become a councilwoman?
So I learned a lot. Working under Shanae, Shanae is extremely smart, extremely thorough. And she was an assistant to the mayor, and she's also worked with him when he was an
Right.
assemblyman. So she's been in this game a long
Okay.
time as an aide prior to even sitting as a council person. So she has a lot of skin in the game. So she was able, I knew a lot of the players, the other politicians and stuff, only because of my dad's involvement. So their names rang bells. I knew, some of them I knew, but she really walked me through it, held my hand through it. This is that one. This is this one. This is usually how it's done. This needs to be done in this time frame. This needs to look like this. Press releases go out this way. And because she was an aide, she was able to
Right.
break it down to me in a way that, I could get my routine and get in the swing of things. And that's the same way I train my assistants. So
Nice.
because she sat in the seat, she knew what needed to be done, how it needed to be done. And again, I'm
Right.
able to train my assistant in that same way because I played the role for so long. But
And the
working
blueprint
for
works.
Shanae, yeah, and District 1 is the busiest district in the city, in my
Okay.
opinion. And I just think it really is a fact, because we're downtown. This is where a lot of things are taking place, a lot of restaurants, a lot of
Right.
organizations, a lot of constituents. And I have a lot of buildings. I don't have a lot of
Right.
homes in my district. It's a lot of
Okay.
buildings, which means there's a lot of people.
Right.
So it's always hustle and bustle. We're always moving and grooving, booked and busy, and I can appreciate that. I can honestly say I have ADHD on paper. So this,
We
being an
all do at
aide
some
helped me
point.
focus. Oh, baby, I was
Right.
horrible. You squirrel, and I'm gone. Okay. So it helped me organize and really helped me work on my work ethic. So if you
Right.
know you struggle when it comes to focus and things like that, I had to take notes. I had to write things down. I had to set
Right.
reminders. My calendar had to be on point. So these are all things, being an aide, that helped me transition as a council person. Not to mention, I also
Nice.
have somebody who's working for me who helps keep you in line. And hey, reminder, hey, you
Right.
have this, hey, you have that, along with my calendar. So everything I learned being an aide, um, has helped me be the council person that I am.
Okay, great. Let's do this. Let's transition into telling the people who are interested in become, because let me back up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I am an advocate of local government, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, stop
It's
waiting
most
for the
important.
national for the national stuff to happen,
That
because
part.
you're being fed things that are bites. You don't know the person, but the person in your local government is going to rise to that person who can be national, and you're going to
Yes.
understand and know what they want, what they need, and what they did to get there, and you can hold them
Right.
accountable.
Correct.
There's city court, there's city government. I mean, not city government. There's city council meetings that you can go to, community
Yes.
meetings you can go to. If they say, well, we're going to build 14 parks, and it's their third year and there's only one park built, you can go to the meeting and be like, yo,
What
you're not
happened
getting,
to those
again, because you
13?
lied. Exactly what happened to the 13? You can't do that
Yes.
for somebody from Iowa that you
Right.
just, you're voting.
No.
You can't do that. Right.
Right.
So I'm always a strong component of local government. So, what does a councilwoman do? What are your responsibilities so that the audience will know exactly what that is?
So a council person, works side by side. And so funny, I just put up a post on Facebook to, let people know, what the job entails in the
Right.
simplest, most lamest terms. Because a lot of people, they'll come to meetings, they'll or see you outside, or I need this, I need that. And that is not within my scope. That's
Right.
not what I do.
Right.
And I wanted to make it clear because some people, oh, I need a job, and sometimes I can help plug you in, or I can give you resources, or let you know who's hiring. And that's part of my job, is to let you know what resources are here and are available to the
Right.
community and what's going on. But I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not Indeed.com. You know what I mean? So I wanted people to know, quite frankly, what it is that I'm here to do. So what a council person does is, first of all, we help balance the budget for the city.
Okay.
So we work hand in hand with the mayor, and we, balance the budget for the city. We also create local laws and legislation.
Right.
So that's important. We also are here again to let you know what's going on, to inform you of what's going on, and most of all, advocate for the people in our district. So your landlord's
Right.
not turning on your heat, no hot water, potholes. Your kid needs to be moved from one school to, you're having issues, with the education, you're having issue, anything. Like, we're here to advocate on behalf of our constituents and the people who voted us in. Um, does that mean your council person still doesn't have a life outside of work? Are you on duty? Kind of, it feels like 24/7.
Right. Right. Right.
24/7. That's what it feels like. I've been on
Okay.
vacation. I've been, at weddings. I've been here and people, I need this. Can you help me with this? Who do I call for this? And sometimes you have to have boundaries, and you're not available, you're not available. But I try
Right.
my hardest and my darndest to get people the help they need in real time. no matter what I'm doing or where I'm at. So balancing that budget, working hand in hand with the mayor to make sure things are, happening in the city, and we are keeping our word and keeping him on his toes, that those checks and balances, working alongside the other council members, giving our constituents resources, and again, most importantly, creating local legislation that is going to benefit our constituents, our city, and move our city forward.
Okay, so for people who do not understand what the word legislative means, that means you write laws.
Correct.
Okay, so
Correct.
just put it out there so people can
And like you
understand.
were saying, those presidential elections and things are great, still important.
Right,
But your
right,
local government officials are the most important. We're the one controlling
right,
your local laws. We're the ones funding your schools. We're the ones, again, taking care of those potholes and putting on these events for the city and creating the local laws that affect you, your neighborhoods, your children, the judges that you elect. God forbid our babies ever have to go in front of a judge. These are the
wow,
judges. The judges you're electing are the judges our kids, our future stands in front of, or you stand in
right,
front of for
right.
whatever the reason. So knowing who these people are, knowing who we are is extremely important. It's key.
Yes, yes, extremely important. So I'm gonna circle back. I'm gonna circle around to schools, right?
Hmm.
You guys, you have a responsibility for the school district as well.
Yes.
Within District One. Um,
Oh no,
how do you?
we all the schools, the whole city, all the
Okay,
council members have to, the budget is balanced for the entire Yonkers Public School.
how do you guys get the word out? Because I know here at Mount Vernon, sometimes you'll hear people say, "There's not enough things for kids to do." Well, have you
Hmm.
checked your local government website? Right?
Right.
Have you gone to the youth bureau? Have you done this, that,
Hmm.
and the other? I didn't know that stuff exists. How do you get
Correct.
that information as a councilwoman out to the people so that they can be involved, so they can get a job for their child or a scholarship somewhere? How do you get that information out to check the
Do
website?
you follow me on social media? Because you are really like just on my theme.
Yes,
So,
yes. I follow you on
oh,
social
okay.
media.
All right. Because
I
I'm like,
followed you from
wow, like it.
I
Okay.
I followed you
So
from
two
the
days
night that you
ago.
that you was in seeing, and you was
Oh,
like, "Yo, take
perfect.
down my
See, I
information.
love that.
Everybody, take my information down."
I love that. Actually, I'm gonna turn the light on. Hold, please hold.
All
It's
right,
getting dark in here. There we go.
and that was quick too.
Yes, there we go. So,
Got shady quick.
actually 2 days ago, I put out a post, and it's still ongoing. I'm still updating it, but I've been seeing posts. We had an incident with kids just causing a ruckus and acting a fool up the street at the McDonald's up the street from my office. These teenagers. Um, oh God,
You
I'm
went dark
sorry.
again,
My
but
screen.
okay.
I know it's actually a call came through, and I don't know how to
Yeah, that's
stop
what
that. There
happens.
we go. Um, and the police, I think, like tackling a kid, it was a big to
Oh
do,
God,
and it's something that we don't want to see happen.
right,
And everybody after that was in a frenzy, and this is not just because of this incident. It's because a lot of parents have been saying, what does the city have? There's not enough for our kids are getting into this, our kids are
right,
getting into
right,
that.
right.
And we can't blame the kids or the parents, because some kids get into stuff and they have the best parents in the world,
Yep,
best upbringing. I did stupid stuff as a kid, and I have amazing parents. And there's nothing they could have done to stop me from
right,
doing some of this stupidity. Unfortunately, that's just the facts.
right, right.
Um, and I kept seeing the posts and the complaints, and my father always told me, first of all, complaining is a sin. Not a lot of people know that, but the Bible clearly states complaining is a sin, and complaining is not going to do anything. It's not going to fix anything. So I'm more
Right.
solution oriented. So I wanted to
Okay.
provide the people with organizations and things for the kids to do. So I put out a list 2 days ago of different organizations that are doing things for our youth. that people may not be aware of. I'm not sure if the city has a whole directory. They might. I'm not aware of it. So don't quote me, but I said, you know what? I don't even have time to wait. What I'll do is start putting out some stuff now. So I
Yeah.
did say, I agree. The city can always use more non-for-profits, more different programs for the youth, this, that, and the third. More is always, that's fine, that's great. But what we can't
Right.
do is act like we don't have anything. So you might not
Right.
be aware of what we do have, paid and unpaid and non-paid programs, but there are programs. As the YMCA, YWCA, all after school programs and things, different programs and things the kids can get into. And forgive me if I forget some of the organizations, the Hogue Foundation, 914 United, Yonkers Knockout. We have MBK, we have MSK, we have Yonkers Public School sports teams, we have Yonkers Public Schools choirs. We
Nice.
also have a flag football team for girls and for boys.
Okay.
We have the Yonkers Untouchables. That's also a football team. We have Bryn Mawr. There's the PAL. There
Okay.
is literally the Peace Mobile. There's different organizations that are out here doing the work, doing the work. There's YTI. There's kids who want to dance. There's kids who want to play sports. You can volunteer at different businesses. You can volunteer
Okay.
here at City Hall. So I literally did my best to just put a spreadsheet together with contact information and organizations to let our community know this is what we have currently. You might have to do
Right.
some research, make some phone calls, follow on social media, but there are things, and it's going to take you or your child looking into them and figuring out where they want to get tapped into and different art
Right.
programs, Yonkers Arts. We are Art One, but we have things and it's here and they're readily available to you.
I'm gonna play the
I don't
devil's
hear you
advocate.
anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Did I do something? Hold on.
Maybe because I my mic
No,
is on.
I'm not
Mic
hearing you.
check. One check two.
How do I
Mic check. One check two.
let's try this again?
Can you hear me now?
No,
No, we disappeared.
I'm not sure. I don't hear you at all though.
That sucks.
Let's see.
This is going so well. um, I
Mm-mm.
don't know how to because your mic sounds right from my
No, I don't hear
side.
you, Tony.
Uh, everything's working there. I don't know what happened.
Give me a thumbs up if I should log out and try to sign back in.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Because I can hear you, but go ahead
Okay.
and do that.
Okay. I will
Log out and
try
come back
that.
in. All right. Okay, can you hear me there?
I can. Not sure what
All right.
happened.
So I'm not sure either. So let's get rid of this one.
We're not going to lose anything,
Hello?
I pray, right?
No, no, we should be
Oh,
good. I'll figure out how to edit that little
okay.
piece right there. You were doing your thing. Great. But
But
where we
yes,
stopped
those
was
are, I just wanted to make that available.
yeah, you did that. You put together the information for people to get involved. And what I said
Correct.
was, let me play devil's advocate, right? Let me play
Mm-hmm.
devil's advocate for the teach. And I actually have a two-part question for you.
Yeah,
How do
sure.
you get the people involved, right? That are afraid of reading the material? How do you get them involved, and or is there some way they can come and somebody can sit down and help them fill out applications for their children, right? And
Um,
two, is there a program for someone who did might not have graduated from high school, not an avid reader, but they're trying to get caught up in education, but they're ashamed of where they are? Is there some type of program for parents to do that as well? So that's a two-part thing.
I don't know that program off the top of my head, but I do know like the YMCA, YWCA, the PAL. These people, these are community people, and you can feel comfortable in telling them, "Hey, I want my child to play, but I'm not sure how to fill out the application, or I'm not good with
Right,
technology." And again,
right,
my office, I'll throw that out there. If you need help with any type of applications, myself or my aide would be willing to help. There is
okay,
nothing to be ashamed about here. That is part of the reason why I am the way I am. I dress the way I dress. I don't always want to be suited and booted. I want you to be comfortable coming to me when I'm
right,
walking through the middle of the square downtown Yonkers. Like, it's just D. Oh, I have bed
right,
bugs, or I need help with this, or I can't afford, or those, that is okay. And if I have the
right.
means and ways to help you, I'm gonna do it. And that's not just me being a
Okay,
council person, that's just me being a good person. That's what
right.
I would do with or without my position.
Okay,
So I want people to feel comfortable. This is just a title. This can be taken away tomorrow. It can be done for. But
amen,
I'm my
amen.
integrity and my character and who I am is who I am. So I want people comfortable. I want to get people the help and the resources that they need. I can't snap my fingers. I'm not a genie, but I will always do my best to try and do what I can.
Right. Okay, cool. Because I think it's important for people to understand that, because when I'm going to these community events in Mount
Mm-hmm.
Vernon, and I'm listening to the community, and I'm hearing, well, we don't have these programs and we don't have that, and I'm going, well, did you log on to the website? Did you go talk to your council member? Did you? No,
Yeah.
they don't talk to me. You're saying no, and you haven't even gone to the office yet.
Right.
Like
A lot of people want
you
to be fed and
phone
just
call.
served
Right,
information.
right,
Yeah. But again, my dad always said, I'm not sure who it originally comes from, but you want to hide information from somebody, put it in a book, make somebody have to read something. And that's how they get
yeah,
a lot of stuff past us.
yeah, yeah.
So I do my best. I'm very active on social media, maybe overly active. I'll
You are
share my
active.
cup of coffee. I'm so active on social
You
media.
are
And
active.
again, because that's why I want people to feel, even if they don't know me, now you know
Right,
me. You see me sipping my
right,
coffee, you
right,
see me
right.
walking my dog, you see me doing the work. Like, you don't just
Yeah,
see me, and you also see me being a real person, being a mom,
right,
taking
right,
trips,
right,
taking time to
right.
do absolutely nothing. Because part of the reason people like put politicians and so many people on these pedestals, forgetting that they're still people,
They're
forgetting that
still
they're
people.
still people. So when they mess up, it's like, "Oh, this person was, I knew that." No, they're still human. They're still human.
Right,
So you are going to see me look
right,
crazy some days. You're going to see me
right,
feel fat some days. You're going to see me arguing with my kids, my tripping over my dogs, boarding a flight, because I'm still human. And I want to make that
right.
very, very clear. I'm just another human with a title trying to help us
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Um, Another two-part question.
Mm-hmm.
Being a single mother,
Mm-hmm.
two boys, um, how did that help you in this current position that you have? And then how did becoming a wife with your current husband expand on that, like strengthen
Mm.
that leadership in you?
Um, Being a single mom again, and this is a single mom in the effect, like, not that they don't have a dad.
Right.
They do have a father, but again,
Uh-huh.
everybody's human. Everybody's going through different things,
Yep. Yep.
struggling, figuring things out, human emotions. So in this and in that time and space when I was really on my own, living with the boys, dealing with them on my own on a day-to-day basis. I believe there's a lesson in everything and God's plan above all else. So there's a reason for all of it. In the moment, do I understand it? Absolutely not. And I was extremely frustrated, but I think God was making it so that I had to lean on him.
Right.
Because sometimes I think I'm superwoman and I try to do everything in my own strength, and it's just impossible. Like for a season it might
Okay.
work, but it's not always going to be that simple. So it caused me to trust him, and it built up my faith. Because there was some days where I'm sliding down the shower crying. I didn't know what I was doing, how I was going to do it, figure it out, but I was too much of a
Right.
thug to
That's
cry in
right.
front of my kids. So,
Right.
they ain't gonna
Right.
be able to tell the
Right.
difference
Right.
between shower water and tears. So I'm sliding
Right.
down the shower
Exactly.
a whole mess some nights,
Right.
trying to put the pieces together and figure it out. But it allowed me to again put my trust in him and build up my faith. And he showed me that anything is possible, that anything is
Nice.
possible. And if he cares about them birds outside, how much more so
Yeah.
does he care about me? And I have to just
Exactly.
listen, God, you do your thing. Whatever you need me to say, I'll say it. Wherever you need me to go, I'll do it, because that makes my life easier.
Nice.
So I
Nice.
know that just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean that I'm not gonna go through problems. It just means you're gonna take me through those problems and I'm gonna make it through those problems. So I had to kind of keep those wheels turning in my head, like he's got me. He's got me.
Right.
Um,
Amen.
yeah, and that's kind of just been my thing.
Okay. Cool. That works. Um, as we wrap this up, because I know you got things to do, and you've
Yes,
already promised me we can do it again, so I'm good.
absolutely.
Um, I'm good. So, how do you protect your peace?
Oh, you want me to preach? Like I thought, like you just want me like I'm trying.
Yeah.
Like
How do
I
you?
know they say separate God and state.
Mm,
Absolutely can't happen with me. Never gonna
yeah.
happen with me.
Right.
So I apologize
Listen.
in advance.
Before
I
you
think it's
before you jump
foolish.
in, another reason why I'm doing this is for speaking of politicians is that I truly believe in the Mordecai,
Hmm.
right? I truly
Well,
believe in Mordecai.
I Esther's my girl.
E-
That's how I move.
Exactly, exactly. So when we first started and you started professing your faith, I was like a female Mordecai.
Yes,
She's at the gates. She's
yes.
handling her business. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. There
I
is no separation of the two,
right.
right? If
So
if,
it's
if Christians
funny.
got involved in if Christians really got involved in politics, the person who was involved in politics running the country wouldn't be running the country right now.
Right, right. So basically, again, and I ask for Esther anointing quite often in my prayers.
Right,
So it's funny because in the book of Esther, we know what she did, and we know a little bit
right,
about how she moved and what she did, but we don't know the intricate details of what she really really went through. Because if we did, we probably would
right.
be like, Lord, forget it. Like if we knew what some of these roles entailed, we'd be like, you know what,
Right,
count me
right,
out, go.
right.
Like I
Hear
don't
me
want to
out.
sign up for your
Yeah.
strongest soldiers package this year.
Exactly, exactly.
Um, so I really how do I put this? Um, let's go back to the question so I can stay on point because
Okay,
the ADHD is
right.
going ADHD on me.
It's not a problem. It's not a
So
problem. How do you protect your peace
okay.
while still showing up for people?
So I protect my peace by going to the creator of it.
Nice.
So I pray. I pray. I cover
Right,
myself in prayer. I cover my family in prayer. I cover all of the administration and the people I work with in prayer because these are a whole bunch of people, different upbringings, different outlooks, different thoughts, different ideas, different everything. And we're just out here trying to better a city and make laws and work together. And it's not always easy. I
not
can't
at all.
say that this is an easy job. And dealing with different people and different attitudes and different thoughts, it's not easy. Um,
Right.
and I just want to do my job. I want to do good
Okay.
at my job. I want to help people to the best of my ability. And when I check out, either check out from this job or check out from this world, people can say D was a real one. D always tried to
Right.
help. D always had a good vibe. D always showed
Right.
love. and she did what was right.
Okay.
So that means a lot to me. And I know what the enemy's motive is and what his plans
Okay.
are, and I know he tries to disrupt everything and bring frustration and do all that. So at this point in my life, I'm seeing past the person, and I'm seeing who's trying to orchestrate the bull crap. And I try to move in that way so that my anger or my frustration, I don't take it out on a person, but I'm gonna deal
Right.
with it, but just not in
Right.
the way
Exactly.
you think that I'm
Right.
supposed to deal with it, or how my flesh is telling me to deal with it. Because that's gonna
Right.
get me into some problems and get me knocked out of my seat. And that's
Yep.
just what he's
Yep.
probably trying
Yeah.
to do. Frustrate my grace enough to get me out the door. And
Yep.
I deal with my peace, and I deal with my problems with my prayer.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I know God is
Nice.
gonna fight a
Love it.
lot of the battles that I don't even have to tap into. You handling them while I'm
Love it.
sleeping.
Yep. Love it. Love it. Be still and see that I am the
Yeah,
Lord thy God.
exactly.
Be
Like
still.
you can calm these waves
Right.
for me. Because
Yep.
right now, if I try to handle it in my flesh and in my own strength, I'm gonna make a fool out of myself and you.
It's not gonna be pretty.
No,
It's
no,
not
no, no. Three
it's
strikes and I'm
not gonna
out,
be
and I got two.
yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. All right, so before I let you go about your business, because I know you got a bunch of things to do on your plate, um, what would you tell? And I just want to, and men, forgive me. What would
Mm-hmm.
you tell that little brown girl
Mm.
sitting wondering what she wants to do, and she's going, "I want to do politics, but it looks too tricky." What would you tell
Uh,
her?
um, Look at me, follow me. I thought those things, I felt those things, but God is bigger than all of those things. And the
Nice,
plans you think you have for yourself are great, but when you're walking in the will of God, that's even better. And when you're
right?
asking him to ordain your steps, the the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit.
Nice,
You don't have to be a cookie cut of what they say a politician is supposed to look like. You don't have to look
right,
like them. You don't have to talk like act like them. What is a politician supposed to look like? So we're breaking the glass ceiling, and we're
right.
tearing down all of those narratives from the beginning. If
Okay,
you love people, if you love your community, and you want to make real change, then that is the job for you. That is the job
nice,
for you. Education, I think, is super, super important. But is it an end all be all? Absolutely not. Because, like I said, God is bigger than all of those things. So, his plan above all else, trust him, do the work, be a good person, and let him just take the wheel.
nice. Love it. Again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to steal some time from you. I know we went a little bit over that
Absolutely.
half an hour we were talking about.
It's fine.
I
It's
will
fine.
I will circle back to Bernice and Beatrice.
Yes.
Bernice, wow, she's gonna kill me. She's
I
gonna
go
kill
hand
me
in
for
hand. I told she
calling
got
that.
one of those old Caribbean names, just Beatrice.
Yeah, she
So
does.
I see where you was
She
trying to
actually
go with.
but what's crazy is she actually there's only one other Beatrice I know, and that's
Really?
that's my founding pastor that lived to be 102 years old. Her name was
God bless. See?
Diana Diana Beatrice Bostic.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so
See,
when
look
I
at
saw the
that.
name, I was like, that's interesting. That's cool. So again, I appreciate you. Go out, have fun, do the things you're going to do, shake hands with the community.
Absolutely.
I'll
I
circle
will.
back to your team to see if we can do this again. Again,
Please,
I
this was
greatly
great.
appreciate
I
your time.
enjoyed it.
Yes,
And keep doing your thing. Really. Like, I love to
I'm
see
trying.
our
Yeah, I'm
men,
trying.
showing the positivity and showing the good stuff and just taking time to have real talk with real people. So I appreciate you. And anytime you want to do this, count me in.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Triumphant TV family, like I told you, I'm always going to bring the best and the brightest to you, the ones in our community doing the right thing. So you can also follow and do the right thing as well. We're signing off. We'll talk to you later. Um,
Sayonara,
enjoy my
sir.
my new outro. I'll talk to you later,
Uh,
love.
all right, hon. Be well. Bye bye.
All right.